now, and for everybody in this room, it's about getting real. That's how I see it. Making the process as raw as you can possibly make it, as specific as you can possibly make it. And I just wrote a couple of things before I start asking these questions, if that's all right. There's one word that comes to me in coaching terms and in psychology terms, and it's something that one of my supervisors came up with. She calls it automaticity, and it's a term for it's a psychotherapy terms, but in terms of what we experience as athletes, automaticity basically says that what you think and the habitual actions that you take will create the reality that you end up with. The main key to that is exposure to what you don't want to feel is the magic sauce. That's the magic chocolate sauce. So everywhere we find things we don't like, everywhere we find discomfort, everywhere we find judgment, everywhere we find projection, we sit with it and we go, yep, okay, I can feel that in myself, and from that place, I'm gonna move forward. Which means we don't disassociate from the discomfort, we don't disassociate from the pain, we don't disassociate from the judgment or even the negative thoughts that we have, and we become simply aware.
I guess too, one of the big things that came out from the discussion so far is that the team and that to me is critical. I've always said that every marathon swim I've done is a team effort, and to me it's the greatest team sport of all. When I've played the rugby and the water polo with marathon swimming, it's not a solo event, and as Phil said, you don't get to the shores of France as a solo swimmer. You get there as the cogs and the wheel, and everyone turning in the right direction. And that gets back to that issue of sort of trust and the old Jungle Book, Rudyard Kipling, what is it? The strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. The body's pretty much capable of anything. It's the mind you have to convince. And it's just, it's extraordinary what your body can put up and will put up with. And for me, to try and keep it simple when I do all my swims, I just use the KISS principle for myself. I just say, I'll keep it simple, stupid. That's your start, that's your finish. 35 Ks, keep swimming till you run out of water.
And because it is such a long swim, there's going to be muscle breakdown along the way. So we add a little bit of protein in to help with that. But also, depending how you are as an athlete, you might be someone who gets hungry. Some people don't get hungry. I like feeling full in events. Not too full, but just comfortable. Because we are usually doing mostly liquids the whole time, because that's faster to get in. So you got to think about all the logistics of the feeding, how you're going to feed, how quick it is, how it's going to sit in your stomach, how is it going to be digested. So that might be like a protein feed. It doesn't need to be a full protein shake, but it might be 6 tablespoons of Milo in 200 ml, or some sausage and sport, or sometimes I use a combination of, might be 10 grams of protein powder with multidextrin powder, or a couple of tablespoons of sugar. Basing all your feeds on water, it's easy. Matt will have a kettle on there, scales to measure everything because it needs to be specific. I write everything in the grams on your big plans, and so we can make all your feeds from the beginning warm. Even if it's beautiful sunny start and it's 18 degrees, you don't know how you're going to feel at 10 hours or 12 hours, maybe even 4 hours. So we start the feeds warm from the beginning so you can get that warming effect inside. Plus, then when we're trying to figure out how much carbohydrate you need, that's why we need to start now to work out, okay, yes, theoretically, this might be how much you need, but the extra mental load or the different conditions, you're going to need more or less, or need to swap things around.
The aim is really to get less energy expenditure at a given swim speed, and then therefore the ability to swim faster for the same energy expenditure. Basically, we use other senses. We do use vision balance in terms of proprioception and its impact on motor pattern, posture. The thing is, as you get better at a skill, it becomes more about the brain and less about the feedback. As you get better, the motor pattern coming down becomes dominant.
Like during the course of a day, we get what? Hundreds of impulses to resist, to get angry, to get pissed off, to get frustrated, to get happy, to get sad, and all the rest of it. And it's in between the impulse and the reaction is the space. And like that's an old saying. That's where you need to practice staying. So you know things are going to happen. You know things are going to get woolly. They always will. Can't control what's going to happen there. Can't even control the impulse, but you can control how you react to that impulse.